Okay, making a little video today from Trig, Chapter 3, Lesson 3. I just want to help you along. This is a difficult chapter. I just want to walk you through this homework lesson and hope that this helps you. The first thing I want you to make sure you have is your identity sheet handy. We're going to be using this a lot. You probably also need your unit circle, so you have those handy. First question says, complete the following. The double angle identity for sine 2x is sine 2x equals. And what they want you to do is they want you to go to this sheet and go to the double angle formulas, and they just want you to copy that down or apply that here. We're not using theta, I think we're using x this time. And that's your answer. Number 2, complete the sentence below. Cosine 2 theta, here we go, it's right here, is equal to cosine squared minus sine squared. It's also equal to 2 cosine theta minus 1, also equal to 1 minus sine squared theta. All they're doing there is asking you to use your sheet. Number 3, same thing, it's the tangent. Choose the right one. Answer here is the first choice. Number 4, the negative cosecant squared of y. Well, negative cosecant squared of y is 1 over sine squared. We go to our cosine 2 theta equals 1 minus 2 sine squared theta. Subtract 1 from both sides so that I get negative 2 sine squared theta. Then I divided by 2. That left me with cosine of 2 theta minus 1 over 2 equals negative sine squared theta. What I really want is cosecant, so I'm going to have to take the reciprocal of this side and the reciprocal of this side. So that's going to leave me with 2 over the cosine of 2 theta minus 1. Well, they're not using theta in this problem, they're using y, so that answer is the fourth answer there. Next, cosine squared x equals, and what they want us to do here is go to our double angle formula, solve for cosine squared. It's going to be cosine of 2 theta plus 1 over 2. That's the second choice here. Number 6, we start with the tan squared. This is power reducing. We're doing power reducing formulas here. And we have tangent, which is 1 minus cosine 2 theta over 1 plus cosine 2 theta. The cotangent needs to take the reciprocal, and then you want to change the sign, and that's going to change the sign of either the top or the bottom, but not both. And our answer here is the first one. Number 7, fill in the blank so the statement's true. The cosecant of negative y over 2. Well, that's like having 1 over the sine of y over 2. It's the reciprocal of the sine of y over 2. Well, the sine of y over 2 from here on my identity sheet is plus or minus the square root of 1 minus cosine alpha over 2. I should have y over 2 in there. Then what I'll need to do, if I want the cosecant, is I'll need to have the reciprocal of that, so I'll flip it. Okay. It has a negative. If you apply the negative to a positive, it makes it a negative. If you apply the negative to a negative, it makes it a positive. So you still need the plus minus in front of that, and that answer choice is here. Number 8, cosine of negative theta over 2. Go to my chart. I notice that the cosine of a negative angle is equal to the cosine of that angle, so I'm using that even and odd, equal to the positive of it. Then I apply my cosine half angle formula. It's right here, and we're using. They used alpha. We'll use theta. Our answer is here. This one. Fill in the blank so the resulting statement is true. You're just going to your half angle formula for tangent. It's 1 minus cosine and 1 plus cosine. And you're just going all the way across there. They're just asking you to use this sheet. The sheet has answered almost all of these so far. Number 10, determine whether the following statement is true or false. The tangent of 4 times an angle is equal to 4 times the tangent of the angle. That one is false. The tangent of 4 times an angle can be found by repeated application of the Trig sum formulas. This results in a value does not equal to 4 times the tangent of that angle. 11. Determine whether the identity is true or false. It's a false because the cotangent of 2x over 2 is equal to 1 minus tan squared over 4 tan x. 12. The cosecant of half an angle equals half the cosecant of the angle. That's false. They give you the cosecant's half angle here. It's the reciprocal of the sine, and it's not equal to half the cosecant. 13. Determine whether it's positive or negative. The sine of 43, well, what quadrant are you in? You're in quadrant 1, and the sine is positive in quadrant 1. Number 14, cosine of 215 in quadrant 3. Cosine is negative because x is negative. The next one says the tangent of 327. That's going to be in quadrant 4. And tangent's going to deal with x and y. And over here in quadrant 4, one's positive and one's negative. So we're going to have a negative tangent there. 16 says use the figure to find the exact value of the trig function. Well, they want the sine of 2 theta. So my formula says sine of 2 theta is 2 sine theta cosine theta. So I find sine theta and cosine theta. I do my multiplication, and there's my answer. Write the following expression as sine and cosine, and tangent of the double angle, and then find the exact value of the expression. Well, I might have approached this a little bit different. I said, okay, theta is 3 pi over 8, and I'm trying to find the tangent of 2 theta. So that's 2 times 3 pi over 8, which is 6 pi over 8, which is 3 pi over 4. The exact value of that, I just went to my chart, and I went to 3 pi over 4, and I'm looking for the tangent, and that's y over x, which they're the same, so I'm going to get a 1, but they have different signs, so I'm going to get negative 1. That's my answer here. 18, write the expression as the sine, cosine, or tangent of a double angle, then find the exact value. Well, if theta is 90, 2 theta is 180, cosine of 180, look on the unit circle, it's negative 1. Verify this identity. You need to transform the left side. Cosine 2x should be changed to 2 cosine squared x minus 1, and the left side simplified will give you your answer. I didn't mark that one, did I? I want to be sure it's marked for you. 2 cosine squared minus this right there. That's what goes there. 20, verify the identity. Use the appropriate double angle formula. 2 sine x is written as 2 sine x cosine x. Cosine 2x is written as 1 minus 2 sine squared x. You distribute. The top stays the same. The 1's cancel. This becomes a positive. You have 2 sine cosine x over 2 sine squared x. When you simplify this, one of the signs here and one of the signs there, and you have 2 cosine x over 2 sine x. These also simplify, and you're left with the cotangent, and you used a quotient identity. Next, tan squared equals secant squared minus 1, secant squared plus 1. It says use the appropriate half angle formula, rewrite the left side, 1 minus cosine over 1 plus cosine. Then they tell us to multiply the numerator and the denominator by secant. We distribute, we get secant theta minus secant theta cosine theta, secant theta plus secant theta cosine theta. This simplifies to secant theta minus 1 over secant theta plus 1 because of the reciprocal identity. Secant and cosine are reciprocal functions. 22, verify the following identity. Because the negative tangent of alpha over 2, the signs in the numerator are switched or changed to their opposite. So you're just going to your chart your half angle. It's tan. What's that one? 22. Make sure I'm looking at this right. Tangent alpha over 2 from my half angle formula. And here we go. There it is right there. And you're just changing the signs because it's negative here and it's positive here. 23, verify the following. Cotangent of x over 2 minus tangent of x over 2 is 2 cotangent x. Right here, the tangent of alpha is equal to sine over cosine. And where did I get? So the cotangent I think that's supposed to be alpha over 2. So the cotangent is just that reciprocal, and you need to add them together. When you do, it simplifies down to 2 times the cotangent of x. 24, ask you to the right, half the identity in the graph are given. Use the graph to make a conjecture as to what the right side should be, then prove your conjecture. Which of the following completes the above identity? Cosine of negative 2x completes that identity, and the following proves it. This one right here. 25, I've got to go to class, so I'm just going to show you those 2 answers. I hope this helps you get through chapter 3. Hang in there, it's almost over. Chapter 4 is easier.